Okay, so here we are. We're going to go ahead and go over this second review that I sent out for your to get ready for your test tomorrow. The first four are just going over some ratios. You're using your chart over here to come up with the ratios. Tubas to flutes are 2 to 5. Trumpets to tubas are 3 to 2. Flutes to tubas are 5 to 2. And trumpets to flutes is 3 to 5. Next, we're using some ratio tables. You see here that every time that the number of cars that I wash and the number of cars that my friend washes, we're multiplying both of them by 2. Then we multiply both of them by 3, multiply both of them by 4. And my correct answers would be I wash 2, my friend washes 3, I wash 4, my friend washes 6, then I have 6 and 9, and 8 and 12. For number 6, it's very similar. I did the same thing where I wrote down what the factor I'm multiplying by for all of these. I could also have add in multiples of them, but that would be a little bit tricky. I prefer just showing my work with multiplication. It's easier that way. Then over here, number 7 and 8, I'm just writing a rate that represents the situation. So there's, again, lots and lots of correct answers, and I did do a little bit of explaining. So number 7, my answer that I wrote down is 20 feet to 6 minutes. I also could have written down 40 to 12, 60 to 18, 80 to 24, or 100 to 30. Any of those would have been right. Number 8, I wrote down 100 apples to 22 baskets, but I also could have written down 50 to 11, 150 to 33, 200 to 44, or 250 to 55. Any of those would have been right. Number 9 and 10, I'm writing the unit rate, so this will be breaking it down for every one. So first I looked at kittens per box. I have 2 kittens per box. Why you would put kittens in a box? Cats like to play around in boxes, I guess. I don't know. Then I had to figure out how much money I would get paid per hour, or how much it would cost me per hour. If it cost $96 for 16 hours of work, I divided both 96 and 16 by 16 so I could find out, I could get the 1 on the bottom. How much do I pay per 1 hour? And it's $6 per hour. Number 11, I had to decide whether these rates are equivalent. So instead of taking them down to 1, I found out that 25 and 10 both have a common multiple of 50. So I converted both of these so that it would be for 50 minutes. 35 kilometers in 25 minutes. I multiplied both of them by 2, and I figured out that I could drive 70 kilometers in 50 minutes. Then I looked at 14 kilometers in 10 minutes, multiplied both of them by 5 so I could get 15 minutes on the bottom part of my ratio. And again, I figured out 70 kilometers per 50 minutes. 14 times 5 is 70. I know that those rates are equal. I did something similar here. So here it costs $3 for 25 minutes or an hour for 60 minutes. And I wanted to find out if those were the same rate. So I know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. But what I decided to do, because it was easier this way, is to find out how many minutes I would get for $6. All I had to do was multiply the 3 times 2, and I got $6. And I multiplied the 25 times 2 for 50 minutes. 50 minutes for $6 is not the same as 60 minutes for $6. They are not equal. Number 12 is not equal. Here's 13 and 14. Let me scooch my papers a little bit. 13 and 14. A has the better gas mileage. It goes 16.25 miles per gallon. Car B only goes 13.8. I want the one that goes further, has better gas mileage. Number 14, A again has better gas mileage. It goes 33.3 miles on 1 gallon, but car B only goes 29.3. So car A has better gas mileage. It goes farther on 1 gallon of gas. Number 15 and 16, I'm trying to find out which is the better buy, so I want the cheaper price for one. I compared A and B on my chord charts, how many downloads I could get for $13 and how many downloads I could get for $15. Chord chart A, I spend $1.30 for one chord chart, but chord chart B, I spend $1.20 for one. So B is the better buy. I did the same thing with my cost per pen. Brand A or box A, I get 20 pens for $5, which is 25 cents for one pen. Brand B, I get 7 pens for $2, and that's 28 cents for one pen. The better brand, or the better buy, is pen A. Number 17, again, I'm comparing which one has more per gram. So I wanted to get the gram of the bar is on the bottom, the gram of the protein is on the top. And I'm going to find out how much protein is in 1 gram of the bar. So I have protein per gram, 15 grams for 20 grams, or for 40 grams of the bar. See that? This is what I'm looking at right there. I divide both of those by 40 and I get 0.375. Brand B, I only have 0.33 grams of protein per bar. This one has more protein per gram. And then number 18, I never wrote my conclusion statement, but we can look at it in just a second. Number 18, you see here that each time the temperature or the time for Miami increases by 5 minutes, the temperature drops 2. So it dropped 2 degrees, dropped 4 degrees, dropped 6 degrees, dropped 8 degrees. And in Orlando, every 3 minutes, the temperature drops 1 degree. So we have our coordinates right here. Here's our ordered pairs. We can write those out. So for Miami, my ordered pairs are 5 and 2, 10 and 4, 15 and 6, and 20 and 8. For Orlando, my ordered pairs are 3 and 1, 6 and 2, 9 and 3, and 12 and 4. Then what I did is I looked at my graph. I put my time on the bottom, my temperature on the side, and I counted all of the lines by 2. All right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, which means I am going to have to do some estimating, but that's okay. So I started off with Orlando. Let me get my pencil here. And remember, Orlando's, the first coordinate was 5 and 2, and then 10 and 4. So I went over 5, up 2, over 10, up 4. And that's how I did my dots. Over 15, up 6. Over 20, up 8. And then I connected my lines here. Then I worked on Orlando, and I haven't finished it yet. I thought I'd finish it with you. Let me see if I can fold my paper so you can actually see my ordered pairs as I'm marking them off. Sorry, that probably sounds really bad. My bad. Okay, so Orlando is over 3, up 1. And you kind of have to estimate because there is no line for a 3 and there's no line on my y-axis for a 1. So you have to estimate. Then I go over 6 and up 2. Over 9. 9, remember, is between 8 and 10. And up 3. Over 12 and up 4. So I have all my orange lines dotted. And then I need a straight edge to help me draw the line. And I just line up my dots and I make my line. And you'll notice that my orange line is like pretty close on top of my pencil line when I write my conclusion statement. So part of that number 18 is, what can you conclude? I can conclude that the temperature goes down at the same rate in both Orlando and Miami. The temperature changes at the same rate. Miami and Orlando. Okay. There we go. That's what I figured out. I only had one person come today, office hour, so I hope that you did really well on this. Otherwise, send me an email and I will get back with you. Thanks.